Hey guys, it's Sam, and today's video is my rabbit video. So sorry I haven't been on YouTube in a while. It's been pretty crazy at my house, so from my dog being sick to my room being a mess to hockey and soccer and everything else. So I'm finally getting a video up. So this video is types of hays and grasses. So here's what it says. This is an article printed out from the San Diego House Rabbit Society. I just had to point that out because I can't just go on about that. So I'm going to tell you guys suitable types of hays and grasses for your rabbits. They should apply to guinea pigs too. I think it does. I'll put in the description bar if it does. I'm pretty sure it does though. It's just at a House Rabbit Society. So this is the website, and look it up if you have a rabbit because it's amazing. I get a lot of other articles from just the plain House Rabbit Society. Yeah. But anyway, so let's get started. So I'm going to be reading this pretty much word for word and explaining some things. But that's why I told you guys what it's from. If I can, I'll put the link in the description bar to the website so that you guys can just click on it. Okay, so it says, bunnies love fresh hay. Be sure to provide them an ample supply they can nibble whenever they like. Hay fiber is the best defense against intestinal blockages. The House Rabbit Hay Program offers fresh hay at a reasonable price. For just $10, you get a good-sized box, 8 to 10 pounds, filled with a healthy mix of hays. The mix includes timothy, orchard, oat, and a very small amount of alfalfa. Now this is only if you actually live in San Diego, because you can't obviously just order it. And it does say you can purchase your hay at these locations, hay sale outlets, and then it has a website which I can put in the description bar too, if you want to get it for $10. And just make sure you plan ahead. Don't let your hay supply run out before purchasing more. With rabbits, they need an unlimited amount. You can't limit them. They need it all the time, otherwise they will get stomach problems, and you don't want that. They have to have the fiber and stuff, so yeah. So the first type of hay I'll be talking about is alfalfa. This is a picture of alfalfa hay. Pretty much what it is a bunch of weeds and stuff like that, which is good for young rabbits. So it says, distinguished by stalks, usually brittle and flat green to brown leaves, very high in calcium, can cause sludge in bunny's urine. High calories, watch for gummy droppings, weight gain, sludge, and cecal pellets not being eaten. These are usually problems of the older, 2+-year-old bunny. Hay can vary from dark lime green to yellow, green, brown, depending on the season. There is almost always some alfalfa in HRS boxed. So if you want alfalfa, make sure to get it for baby rabbits under 2+ years. Mostly it's from being a baby to 6 months that you feed alfalfa hay, as it does have a lot of high calories. It's very high in calcium, like it says. Yeah, and it can cause gummy droppings, weight gain, sludge, and cecal pellets not being eaten. So make sure that you're only feeding these when they are young rabbits. The next hay is timothy hay. It does say some other stuff about alfalfa, which says, most tourist people feed alfalfa, but a strict alfalfa diet for bunnies can lead to some of the problems listed above. Yeah. So it does not recommend a diet high in alfalfa. Next is timothy hay, and I feed my rabbits timothy hay, and I just get it in a ginormous block of it, and it's just from my local flea market, my Mills Fleet Farm is where I get it, and it's a bale of hay. So I get timothy because that's the most popular, or the second most popular. So it says timothy is probably the second most popular hay with bunnies and their caretakers. So my rabbits actually love Timothy hay. They prefer it over all the other hays. This actually does go on to a second page with just one more. But yeah. So it says, it looks like a dry blade of grass, fairly wide, and its color is soft green to gray brown. Timothy hay also has solid cattails, which distinguishes it from orchard grass, which has broken cattails. Much of the timothy is imported from northern counties. It is not as widely available as alfalfa, but is an excellent hay for bunnies. It contains a good level of calcium and calories. And this is included in all HRS boxed hay, which is what it says. But that's what it looks like. If you have this, you shouldn't be able to tell by the cattails. So that's all that distinguishes it from oat hay. Next is oat hay. So this is what oat hay looks like. Large, hollow, cylindrical stalks and flat blades that are golden yellow to light green, with oats on the end. The coloration of the presence of oats distinguishes this hay from others. Oat hay can vary widely in appearance and oat count, depending on the harvest season. New harvests are generally oat-laden, whereas later harvests such as December to February can be very light with minimal oats. Many people confuse oat hay with straw. The similarity is in the coloration. Straw is not a food source, but is typically used for bedding, mostly in horse and farming communities. Oat hay is an excellent source of fiber. Bunnies tend to enjoy mostly the oats, but will sporadically munch on the hay stalks. If Bun's diet is high in oat hay, the pellets she produces will be larger, lighter in color, and will look like sawdust if crushed. Many bunnies would benefit from eating more oat hay, an excellent preventative for GI stasis. So GI stasis is a stomach problem with rabbits. So yeah. Okay. So that's what oat hay looks like. Next is Bermuda grass. So yes, it says stuff you've been trying to get out of your flower bed since the beginning of time. Bermuda is a thin blade to flexible stalk, light green to gray and green color. It is another of the high-fiber hays and may be seen in HRS boxes as one of the alternative hays. Bermuda is less well-known and not as easy to come by. Many bunnies prefer Bermuda and is a good all-around food source with a moderate amount of calories. Bermuda is typically fine enough that it does not get spread all over the cage, which often happens in oat hay. Typically no flowers or cattails are seen on Bermuda grass. Editor's note, it says, on the editor's note, it says, in our experience, bunnies aren't crazy about Bermuda and will pass it over in favor of other types of hays and grasses. Bermuda grass contains the same nutritional content as Timothy or orchard grass, so these can be fed interchangeably. Rabbits can graze lawns, but make sure they have not been treated with chemicals or fertilizer. Also, do not be tempted to feed your rabbit the cuttings from your grass lawn. You can give them a handful of fresh grass or cuttings of this tree, but anything they don't eat within an hour should be thrown away, as it will begin to ferment and cause gastrointestinal upset. So that's GI stasis. Next is orchard grass. This is what orchard grass looks like. Pretty much it just looks like little stalks. Another less-known feed, orchard grass, is very similar in appearance to Timothy hay, but the cattails have small segments missing from them every 1/32 of an inch. Also, the cattails tend to be pale brown, whereas Timothy cattails are green to light yellow. Orchard is even less prevalent in San Diego County than perhaps in all other hay grass varieties. We try to include it whenever possible as a good alternative and provide change. So that's all the types of hays and grasses. In my area, the most well-known is alfalfa, which, like I said, don't feed that unless you're giving it to young bunnies, up to 6 months, pretty much. And Timothy hay is the next one. So, KT Timothy hay is a terrible hay. I would recommend oxbow, any from the internet that would be good. A huge one is Small Pet Select. It's kind of expensive, but it's well worth it. You can go to Mills Fleet Farm, and they should have a giant 1 bale of Timothy hay, which is from a farm, but it's amazing hay. It smells good. before you get your rabbit, make sure you're not allergic to hay, because I get really bad sinuses from hay, but I can deal with it, so yeah. So that's all today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys!